know our problems. So therefore, I feel this forum here today would help us achieve a great deal of, development as we discuss during the day, during these days coming.
I think what we need to do is to reorganize ourselves. This is the problem. We have potential, we have skills, but we don't recognize that we have skills. We don't accept the fact that we have skills. Now, I guess this is the problem, but I don't believe that we lack skills.
So what do you hope to achieve at the end of this deliberation?
Well, at the end of the deliberation, I'm sure we will come out with recommendations that will challenge women to make impact.
Don't believe they lack leadership skills. I think they all have hidden talents. You see, talents are something you can be inborn with, but yet if it's not nourished, if it's not brought to life, it would remain dormant. And Gambian women in particular, I think they have been affected by culture and religion and the unwillingness to change. And perhaps this is due to lack of education and lack of trust and lack of proper communication between the educated women and the uneducated.
And with that, we now take a short music break. We'll be right back after that. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Well, viewers, we have Ajikumba Daveka, who is the proprietress of Trésor, The Closet and Beyond, and the founder of the Yes We Can Read program and organizer of the Night of Excellence. We now have an interview with her. Stay tuned. Last week, we just concluded the Women in Leadership Conference, and you were part of the participants or delegation. What have you learned after the deliberations?
We've learned a lot. I also want to take this opportunity to congratulate the government for, and also the Women Federation and everybody involved for hosting this event. I think it was a really fantastic event that was well needed here in the Gambia, to give Gambian women an opportunity to network with other women and also to exchange ideas, talk about successes and our failures. It was an event, a conference that I think was very good for women here in the Gambia. We've learned so much. We've compared notes, and I am actually very inspired to be part of that. Coming out, I got a lot from that conference, and I am really inspired to do bigger things now because of that. It shows that we also have a very long way to go as women. You know, I know Gambian women, this is actually, I must say, is the best time to be a woman here in the Gambia. Because when you look at actually the room at the conference, and you look at our able women, under the leadership also of our Vice President, the conference. You look at the women group that were there, from the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, from the Women Federation. There is a lot of able women here in the Gambia given really high positions. And I think that's something that we really need to be, that's commendable for the government of the Gambia. And we are very grateful and very, very proud to be Gambian and also to be women here in this country. So we have a lot to do. We really need to help the women in the grassroots level because that's where development is. And in order to do that, we really need to get back to basics, which is getting back to these women. It is wonderful to represent women, and we can do it in our big ivy towers, in our offices, and attending all these meetings. But I think we need to start looking at impact. How do we impact the women in the grassroots level? Because that's where the change should be from. And how can we do that? And I think those are some of the questions that we were discussing at the conference, and came up with really, really fantastic ideas on how we can really move Gambian women forward.
How can we move them forward after such implementations of these issues concerning from commitment to actions?
Yes, we can. It's challenging. It's not as easily said than done. But I think we're in the right direction in terms of one of the things that I tell people, if you are given a responsibility, and especially to empower women and to represent women, I think we need to take it further. If you are passionate about women, you will be with those women. We need to go and literally know what these women do. We need to be part of these women. And also when we go to these women, we need to reduce our level to the level of these women, because we cannot come and look good and have our jewelry and you know, in our air conditioning cars. These women have to trust us that we are one of them, and to be able to talk to them. And one important point that I would like to make, when they're talking about sensitization, I think they need to do more sensitization on the men, because it doesn't matter how much you sensitize a woman. If the man is the head of the household, I think you really need to get the support of the men. So when we go up country, I mean, from experience and what I do, I've been able to get a lot of support from the men that the men actually introduced me to this women. It's for a reason and by design when I do that. And I remember in one of our meetings, the chief of Panchang said to the women, you really need to work really hard because another fellow woman is coming and trying to help you. That creates so much credibility. And also it is sending a message to the men that they need to support this. So I think anybody who actually is empowering women or has a position to really impact women, you really, really have to get through the men first. There's a lot of things that make us vulnerable as women. Financial, challenges is one of them. Land ownership is a lot of them. Self-esteem is a lot of them. And also we as women need to rise up above that to really know that we're capable. And we are not trying to act like men because we're not men, we're women. And look at what is good about us. Motivate our children, motivate our fellow women, and most importantly, collaborate with other women. We cannot do it alone. We have to really start supporting each other as women. We have to really start pushing our agenda, each one of us, and do it under one umbrella rather than women doing different things. So I think if we do that, we'll be able to achieve the success we're trying to, especially for the grassroots level.
You've attended the Women in Leadership Conference, and we have seen you are also part of these prominent women who really want to help the vulnerable women. We've seen you organizing this. We heard that you're organizing this Night of Excellence. What really inspired you to organize such a grand event for women?
The Night of Excellence, what it is it honors Gambian women who have done remarkable work both in the Gambia and also the diaspora.